What is up guys, today we have some more Hyperscape gameplay for you, but this time we've got a tips and tricks video. I'm going to be teaching you guys everything from what guns to run, to your sensitivity, to tips that I have that I've been playing the game that's allowed me to get this gameplay that I have in front of you. Now this gameplay is a 28 kill game in Faction War, absolutely unbelievable, 28 kills, and it's the highest kills game I've ever had so far, so I'm going to run you through that. Unfortunately the game audio turned off, so we don't have any game audio, so that's why I thought I'd record a tips and tricks video over this. So I'll be speaking over this video, sort of telling you tips and tricks. If you guys do enjoy it, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new. It'd be great to see you once again. Those likes really help the channel. If you are fond of watching people on Twitch, I do stream on Twitch link in the description. It'd be great to see you guys there. Come and chat. Also guys, follow me on Twitter, my Twitter link will be in the description. You can see when I'm live, see when I've posted a new video. And without further ado guys, let's get into the gameplay. So starting off with tip number 1 is the correct guns. So when you're using the correct guns, you want to be using meta weapons. Now we're talking the Ripper, the Riot 1, the Hexfire, and even the Mammoth shotgun, okay? All those 4 guns are really good, and they can be used in all sorts of situations. When you're running the Riot 1, you can sit from medium to long range, and it's even good in short range if you've got the right accuracy. If you're running the Ripper, it is good for medium to long range engagements and also good at short range. So those are 2 weapons to run in tandem, the Riot 1 and the Ripper. That is my go-to. We also have the Hexfire, which is a great close to medium range weapon. This pairs well with either the shotgun or the Riot 1. These work well together as you can down people to low with the Riot 1 and then finish them off with the Hexfire. Works really well. That's an excellent combination to have if you're playing aggressive. The shotgun can be used in tandem with either the Riot 1, the Ripper or the Hexfire. They all work well together. However, if you are running the Hexfire and the shotgun at the same time, you're most likely not going to be able to take any medium range engagements. So you're going to have to be playing close quarters, sort of up on buildings, right in front of people, using really aggressive hacks, movement hacks. So that brings us to our next point, which is the correct hacks. Now, if you're going for high kill games, especially in Faction War, you want to be moving about as much as you can. I'm personally not a big fan of the ball, but that's sort of personal preference. I don't really like the ball hack. Other hacks that I use are the teleport and the slam. Those are a really good combo. However, if you're playing really super aggressive, I suggest the teleport and the heal. This is because if you are shooting someone who's close to you and you need to get out of that situation because they've lowered you, you can teleport out and immediately pop a heal round a corner. This will get you up to 50% health, and if you have it maxed out, if you have them health maxed out, it'll heal you twice as fast as usual, and you will be back in the fight in half the time with full health. And if you've had to put some damage down range towards your opponent, then you will find that he will be lower than you because you've managed to TP away and heal, and if he's chasing you, he will not expect you to be full health when he turns that corner to try and finish you off. The shockwave is also an excellent hack to have. If you get someone really low, little people know this, but you can actually kill people with the shockwave. It does 20 damage, so apart from the fact that you can look down at the ground, click your tactical button and you jump up into the air, you can also use it to inflict 20 damage towards your opponent. This is great if you've managed to get them really low, but all you have to do is hit your LB or whatever your button is to trigger it, and you've killed them just like that if they're lower than 20 HP. Bringing us on to our next point is number 3, playstyle. Now, when you're trying to get high kill games, obviously 28 kills is not going to come to you. You've got to go out and get it. So what you've got to do is you've got to have that aggressive playstyle by using the guns and hacks that I just said earlier. What you want to do is you want to play as aggressive as possible, allowing you to push and get as many kills as possible. However, you want to make sure you have the right hacks, obviously. So if you're playing super aggressive, you want to make sure you have the teleport heal. That is my go-to combo for when playing super aggressive, as you'll see in this video. However, if you're not that aggressive as a player, what you can do is you can use medium to long range weapons. I wouldn't suggest a sniper or the dragonfly. I don't think those are really viable for getting high kill games, but you definitely want a close to medium range and a medium to long range weapon. So maybe the Ripper Wire 1 is an ideal combo for that. You want to make sure your positioning is good. You always want to have high ground. High ground is absolutely essential in this game. When people can shoot down at you and you can't look up to shoot back, it is so much easier to play high ground rather than sitting on low ground. Obviously there are going to be situations such as being in buildings where this isn't possible. However, if you stay on high ground most of the time, it allows you to shoot down on the enemy and pick off easy kills while backing up into cover of the high ground once you are start to take damage. When it comes to playstyle, you want to make sure you know what your opponents have. For example, if you're pushing into a building and there's a guy with a shotgun and a hex fire and you are touching toes, you are that close, you do not want to be taking that fight if you don't have the correct weapons as well. If you take your gun skill over theirs and they've got the same weapons as you, then fair enough, you go for it if you think you're going to beat them. But ideally, if you're in a situation like that and if you don't have the weapons for it, close combat like that, you want to make sure you dip out. You cannot be thinking that you're better than everyone else in the lobby. You've got to play better than everyone else in the lobby. Tip number 4 on this list is going to have to be the correct game mode. So right now in Hyperscape we have the Faction War game mode. Now this is ideal because it's 25 versus 75, so you're part of that 25 team, you are trying to kill 75 other people, taking into account you have a full lobby, which isn't very often. On Faction War you want to make sure you land close to the middle buildings as the zone always ends there. What you want to do is you want to grab your correct hacks, the hacks you want to run, and you know, any guns, that's fine, just enough so you can take a good fight, kill someone and then take their stuff. So once you're there, you want to move into either of the 3 buildings. There are 3 red buildings around the center of the map. You want to push into either of those and grab as much loot as possible. These places have the best loot, sometimes even gold weapons. It is perfect for looting up early in game. Now obviously you want to make sure that if you're doing this, you want to have a solid squad. So if you don't have a solid squad, make sure you have some friends along, because everyone knows that randoms are awful. It's always the way. If you have friends, make sure they land close to you, obviously not in the same building, otherwise you're going to be fine over loot and you're all going to come out of the building with absolutely nothing. Playing with friends also allows you to play reses as well, so if you get killed you can easily get revived as long as you play close to each other. This allows you to stay in the fight for longer and always be playing the game rather than sitting in that ghost running around waiting for a res. My next tip for you guys is going to be movement. So basically when you're moving, you want to make sure that your movement is on point. You want to be quick, you want to be in and out of situations as fast as you can. You do not want to be stationary at any point, because fully leveled up snipers will kill you with one headshot. It hits for 120, you are dead, you are out of the game, that is it. So what you want to make sure is you're always moving about, even if you're not in range of a sniper. You want to always be moving, being as fast as you can. It means you're going to be picking up weapons and hacks faster. It means you're going to be ready for a fight faster. And when you do come in front of someone, you're going to be comfortable moving at the fastest possible speed while being able to put bullets down range at the same time. Now this can be incorporating jumping when you're shooting. Jumping and strafing when you're engaging an enemy is ideal, especially when ADS is this strong. You can just jump left and right and shoot while keeping your target locked in on your sights. This will allow you to easily wipe them out. I'm sure you'll see some of that footage in this video. I do it quite a lot with the Hexfire and the Ripper. Not so much for the Riot one because it kills in 3 hits if you hit 2 headshots and a body shot. So at that point I'm taking accuracy over movement, so that's sort of one of the only times and scenarios that I would not be moving about as fast as possible all the time. This is why I don't recommend these semi-auto snipers and the sniper rifle such as the Dragonfly and the Sniper, simply because in order to use them you have to be pretty still most of the time, and when you're pretty still you're an open target, you're going to be killed straight away. You're not going to be able to drop that high kill game because you're dead. And my final tip for today guys is to know when to take fights and when to leave them. For example, if you're pulling up on a building, you're trying to take high ground and there are 10 people up there and they're all looking at you, you do not want to be thinking, oh yeah, I'll 1v10 these guys, it'll be easy, I'll get 10 kills on the board. It's not going to happen. You're going to have 10 laser beams lasering you down and you're going to die instantly. What you want to do is you want to dip out of that fight, maybe try and take some 1v1s, maybe pop up onto a corner of the roof, drop one dude, jump straight back down, heal again, make sure you're all ready for the next fight. Maybe someone to chase you, then that's 2 out of 8 killed. You see what I mean? It's not about taking a 1v10, it's about moving the enemy towards 1v1s to allow you to make the 1 versus 10. I know this one's a bit obvious guys, but if you're getting chased by 10 people, or any amount of people really, and you're hit a little bit, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you don't have your gun out. If you're running, you are running, you've committed to running. You don't want to be turning around and trying to take a fight in a 2v1 when you're half health. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you have your melee out to run faster, because most likely the guys chasing you are going to be so kill hungry that they're going to have their guns out ready. They don't want to have that switch to weapon time that you're going to not need. So you're going to be running away as fast as you can, they're going to be chasing you, but you will outrun them as long as you get around the corner. If you're using the teleport heals that I always talk about, you'll be zipping in and out, getting the heal off, and then you'll be ready for the 1v2. Hell, you might even be able to take the 1v2 the moment you get around the corner and start busting the heal, because if you've got the heal on the ground, you are constantly healing, regardless of if you're taking fire or not. So you might even be able to hit that 1v2, especially with a maxed out heal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know which tip you found the most useful when you do go out and try these tips. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I really hope this helps you out. I think it will. I think these are the tips that I use and it's worked for me so far, so hopefully it works for you guys too. And if you enjoyed this sort of content, leave us a like so I know to do more in the future. Let me know if this has helped you out, and I will catch you guys in the next one.